Okay guys, first of all, Spadia is not just a YouTube channel. We have also digital products, physical products, which are going to help you about everything we talk about in these videos. You can find two links in the descriptions below. And now let's get back to the video you came here to actually watch. Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to continue with additional topic on the month of nutrition. It's going to be a bang around because I think it's very important, because I think most of us have someone in our lives who may be suffering from obesity or is overweight, or also is suffering from some kind of psychological issues because of their nutrition and lifestyle both. But I want to talk about why I do believe that the modern diet hasn't and will not work, because of this one reason which I will tell you, and how also lifestyle especially plays a role into it. And we need to discuss that in this entire chapter, because I would say it's the most important part about nutrition which we need to take care of. Is the information which will help you until you die. So just let's keep rolling, guys. Now, the one thing which I find very interesting is that there's so much information on internet about nutrition that if you basically get two different people, you have completely different takes on what you should eat or how you should approach that. And this is the reason why I don't think that you necessarily need to make a choice on a particular food. For example, do you want to eat bananas or apples? There are some differences, but it isn't like you have to choose one or the other. But some people will tell you that this is better, this is worse, or such. But I think we need to approach it from a completely different perspective, and this is the perspective, guys. I do believe that despite the fact that obesity rates seem to be going up, especially in the Western world, but there is data that's basically going up all around the world, it has to be I don't think it has to be just from the nutritional perspective that's affecting that, but it has to be something about the brain of people. And we know that despite the fact that there's so much information about nutrition, we are still not making healthy choices, or at least the people who are getting obese are not. So there is like basically a huge part of population. I'm not sure if it's over 40% in the US of people who are obese, or even up to 60%, which I can't even fathom how that is possible, but that's the world we live in, and those people need to be helped. And if there will be more people like that, then we need to actually spread the real solutions to the issues we have at hand. And what I mean by this is that there seems to be, despite this very huge abundance of information about what to eat or what not to eat, or what can be healthy or not, people still seem to tend, based on this obesity rates going up and also based on the psychological issues people have, this rates still seem to go up despite having all this information. And I think what seems to be the most at play here is actually that the environment factors, but I'm not talking about temperature or anything else like that, but I think the fact that people tend to be less active and do less sports, but also they tend to stay inside a lot, even if they go to office spaces, for example, during the day, but they tend to not have these active lifestyles at all. And active lifestyles don't just mean that you burn more calories. I think like at this point everyone knows that, but active lifestyle actually encourages you to make particular food choices which will help you to feel better at the same time, but also on the next day. And what this basically means is that I do believe there is this diabolic circle for a lot of people, which we've talked about what that is, but we can just think about as an example for you guys, is that if you decide to eat sugary food and you feel shit, you may just be really more likely to indulge in additional sugary food immediately after. And you may basically be in a diabolic circle where you feel shit and you will just continue eating foods which are basically, I would just call them into category of instant gratification foods, and we just eat them at the same time, like basically going into this diabolic circle where you are feeling shit and you continue to eat pretty much some shit foods. Now, just to come back to the original point, I think what most people are getting at is that they have a lot of they don't have a lot of activities which are, for example, sports or gym. So they just basically don't stress their body enough with physical activity. And I've noticed also in myself, this is basically a particular study for 8 years or maybe 9, I pretty much wasn't doing any active sport, or I wasn't actively going to the gym. And I have noticed that proclivity to eat fast food was basically higher by, I would say, even 30,000%, 100. Like, I do remember those times. But after switching to a routine with the gym in mind, of basically going to the gym every day, it's completely different, and you don't even have to think about food as such. You just immediately get into your brain the fact that you need to also eat better, because you feel better because of the gym and you don't want to lose that. So you automatically want to eat better because you don't want to eat shit food such as processed food on that end. And I think what many people lose in terms of this information that we have on the internet about nutrition is that yes, there are healthy and unhealthy food choices, but if you don't get the lifestyle in order, I don't think it will work. And I think this is what we may be seeing. It probably isn't the whole story, but I think I haven't put 100% of thought on this yet, but I think this might be the biggest factor of why the obesity rates and why the modern diet does not work, because we aren't promoting enough the behavioral aspects of it more, which means that if you choose healthy foods, you will more likely to go to the gym or to want to do some kind of sports, which is super interesting. But it also goes the other way around. If you actually go to the gym or you play some particular sport, you will be more likely to then make better and healthier, whatever that will mean in this case, food choices. So then you can imagine that since we have so many jobs at this point, and especially for general populace, people who have jobs, for example, in offices or even in jobs where you don't go out that much often, so it could be high stress jobs, that then basically creates a situation where we are much more likely to also indulge in some processed foods. And additional thing, which is very weird thing, is also the social aspect of it, is that now since you have so many people who are indulging in those foods, it's also a very huge social aspect on that end. I think it's for people, what I've noticed, that it's very hard to say no to lunch for hamburgers or for pizzas on that. I don't think it happens that often, but usually some gatherings usually end in some processed food, in my opinion, when you just go out. And I think this is additional reason. But if you just decide for yourself that you are able to change your lifestyle, be that you join the gym, you, for example, join a team for a particular sport, just can be a local team on that end, or even just basically playing sports recreationally, it's going to automatically allow you to make better food choices. And yes, playing sports and applying for gym membership and going there will increase your calorie expenditure, but I actually believe that's not even the half of the thing that allows you to, for example, lose weight or look better, but it's the entire fact that your lifestyle improves drastically when you do that, because you stress your body by playing sports or by actually going to the gym, which allows you to make these much better food choices. And I also want me, because I've seen a video from a lovely guy, Mike Thurston, who has helped lots of men already with fitness videos. I think there was a particular video of him swapping up diets with his guy who basically records his stuff, so a cameraman on that end. And the interesting thing about that was that Mike basically in that end had to eat, well, basically particular chips to McDonald's, for example, with hamburgers. There was so many cakes throughout the day, and were more kind of a snack diet, where you basically didn't have many huge foods, but you actually had more of a smaller foods, which actually had lots of calories on that end, but they were very much processed. They were kind of the foods which you would fall asleep after eating them, so that's basically the issue. Now, on the other hand, Mike's diet before was the one we would usually like to promote, and also what usually people who go to the gym tend to arrive to is usually some omelets on that end. You can have oatmeal, for example, chicken and rice with vegetables on that end. This is kind of a standard diet, I think, for people who often go to the gym, where they end up maybe some steaks as well. But even despite the fact that the guy who, like in this case, who went to the gym, for example, for many years, after basically swapping to this high sugar, let's say processed food diet, what was immediately apparent is that he actually lost energy because of eating them, and he completely felt sluggish. And what's interesting about this is that despite the fact that you got more calories from those foods, you just wanted to sleep. Okay, we've discussed this already, is that carbs will have much higher increase on your blood sugars, which your body needs to take care of, and that's also when you tend to get more sleepy. And the additional issue about those particular type of foods, for example McDonald's as well and such, or ice creams together with that, basically was the main premise of the foods you had to eat for one day, is that you eat them, you feel sleepy, and then you want to eat more, which is kind of counterproductive in my opinion. On the other hand, the cameraman with whom he swapped the diets had pretty much one of a hell of a day in the gym. So that was very interesting, that the food itself will basically make you want to either go to sleep or make you want to go to the gym. And even the performance in the gym for Mike, after he actually got there, it was very slow start for him. That's what it seemed like. And this can also impact your performance and how much you can grow your muscles, and how much you actually enjoy the gym. It can also change how you interact with people, because if you aren't enjoying the gym, just basically you will also have completely different mood. So this is how much of an effect these particular foods and lifestyle choices will have on your day. And I think it basically spirals into the next few days, weeks and years on how you actually approach this on the other end. And so yeah, this is the one biggest thing you need to take care of, is if you want to actually take care of nutrition, I will just say these things that you need to take care of your basically your lifestyle first. I do believe nutrition comes with your lifestyle. I don't think it should be separated. I don't think there is still a particular word which can separate them both, but this modern diet is especially the wrong thing to do, because it's going to alter what you do by a lot. So we talked about with Mike's example. That, and of course you can say that in that particular case, for example, Mike wasn't used to eating, for example, ice creams and stuff like that. But like people who have those diets, which I would describe as chicken and rice, which is like even a meme at this point, I believe, those people still sometimes get ice creams, pizzas, and foods like that. But the issue becomes when it's your standard, when you eat it every day, every other day, it's too much, and it will impact what you do during those days. So we just have to watch out. And yes, it's much harder, in my opinion, for people to eat veggies instead of McDonald's burgers or some of food which you would usually order at takeout. But those will not just impact the food quality you get, but it will basically impact the quality of your life and the quality of your choices. And all the things are actually subconscious, guys. So this will basically just make it more easier for you to make good choices. It's much easier to make good choices about what you're going to do when you actually have healthy food in your stomach, instead of something which is going to put you into sleep in 5 minutes after you eat that. So this is why, especially, it's a warning, I think, for you guys to actually watch out for today's modern diet. It's very interesting that despite the fact that we know it's bad, or at least we universally know it's bad, still consume all the foods which we probably should not, in my opinion. But I think the one missing link that we still have is that many people don't know how much it can impact your day and what you are going to do, despite the fact that many times we feel sluggish after eating those particular sugar foods. But yeah, so here's what you can use guys. Just basically you have that in your mind now, so just use it. Okay, thank you.